And here we are live again on a weekday at noon. And my name is Dan Lietha. I'm a cartoonist and illustrator. I actually work for the Ministry of Reasons for Hope, and this is my lunch break. So I'm taking a little time during my day to do some drawings live on YouTube for young artists. So I hope that I will be growing a following over the summer. I want to do these Monday through Friday. And some of them are pre-recorded and some of them are live. We are live today, and today we're going to be drawing an alligator. So let's get drawing. Now, to start out again, what we do is we start out with a pencil sketch. So get your pencils out, and I'm going to break this alligator down into some simple shapes. Now, I think that's an alligator. Sometimes it's hard to tell. I typed in alligator to my photo site, and so that's what I'm hoping that this is. Anyway, so I'm enlarging this a little bit, and say hi to Shadow. He's in the background here. And if he jumps up on his perch and starts barking, I'll have to chase after him to get him to stop. But so anyway, so here we have our gator, our water reptile. And so we've got some basic shapes here that we're going to play with in our drawing. And first, you will notice again that this is a long-nosed, long head shape creature. So that's kind of a rough shape I want you to pay attention to. Now, the angle of this photo matters because we're getting kind of an upshot. So we've got the edge of his jaw here, but then we have the other side of his jaw over here. All right, so it probably goes somewhat like that. So again, just kind of breaking this down into simple shapes. And then, so we've got the underside of his jaw, his bottom jaw. And then of course, you've got the top with the eyes. You've got his nose is kind of round. Now, God designed these creatures to be stealthy in this fallen world. After sin entered, these became predators. They weren't before that, but anyway, so they're constructed and designed so that their eyes and their nose can go above the water, and the rest of them stays below. So that's something to pay attention to here. So we've got the eyes there. And then we've got this mouth that, if you ever heard the phrase crocodile smile, they kind of look like they're smiling because of this curve right here on their mouth that goes up. But their mouth doesn't go straight across, and then it curves around at the end. So, and then under the jaw, right about halfway here, we've got this pouch that kind of comes down. So we've got like I'm sure that they use that for eating, and they make that growling noise that they do, and that puffs out sometimes. So here we go with the basic shapes of the alligator. Again, I hope this is an alligator. I know the crocs they tend to have thinner snouts. I'm kind of suspecting maybe this isn't, but anyway, Shadow making lots of noise today. He probably just wants attention. All right, so we'll take that sketch, that rough sketch, and there we go. Get this thing sized right on the screen. And we're going to take and move this down here because it's going to help us with our drawing. So again, today I have red. Usually I've been doing blue, but sometimes I pick different colors for different days and just how I feel. But red or blue tend to be the two contrasty ink colors or colors that I picked to do my drawings with. I think red worked well while I was tracing over the photograph because you could see that color better. So that's probably why I picked it today. So let's start sketching our creature here. So again, we start out with the long shape. And you don't have to draw line for line as I'm doing. I'm just trying to get the basic shape I want to work with here. So that's that first side section that I drew, and then we're going to draw the far side of the jaw, the bottom jaw. And then here's that pouch part, that throat thing that they've got going on there. And sometimes it's just for orientation. I like to put that on there. Now the mouth has got all this fun, something like that. You don't have to be perfect. And I'm not just trying to draw the creature perfectly. I want to exaggerate some too. So there's that. It's kind of like a little forehead part behind the eyes. It's got that little raised part, and then this is the part where the eyes rest on, and then you've got this eye and this eye over here. All right. And then we're just gonna draw that off the screen there. Now, teeth are very important. So, and it's fascinating how lower teeth come up and upper teeth come down. Only in parts, though. Maybe it's the size of the teeth. The larger ones tend to stick out. So you can put in as many teeth as you want. And just as I'm doing teeth here, I have kind of a fun story to tell you about a place that I worked at many, many years ago called Mellow Smello. And I was doing a dinosaur poster for schools, and this was a very cartoony project, and they wanted me to draw these dinosaurs and emphasize drinking milk for strong bones and teeth. And so I drew the dinosaur poster with these dinosaurs with these great teeth on it, and it worked out very nice. I mean, they loved it, and so that one was a success. Then I got another job for the same people, another project doing a poster for the same people right after that. And it was another, I forget what the emphasis for this one was, but they wanted dinosaurs again because they liked the first one so much. And so I drew up these dinosaurs with these great teeth on them and stuff. And then the report came back, oh, you got to remove the teeth because these are for little kids and they might think they're too scary. So take the teeth away. Nice Tyrannosaurus Rex with I had a T-Rex with no teeth. And so I thought, well, wait a minute. I drew teeth on the first one, but now they're not good for the second one. Didn't make sense. So anyway, it's a fun tooth story. In this job, you run across really crazy things sometimes, people's opinions of artwork and such. Now I'm going to make cartoony eyes on this guy, so we're not going to really follow the way that they really are in real life. And then I'll maybe put some and then just for fun, now this is something that's not in the drawing itself, but I'll have the the creature. I'm gonna again. I'm not sure if this is a croc or an alligator. Just the weird angle here. Like I said, I searched for alligator, but this might not be one of those. I have the tongue sticking out, and maybe a couple. So, all right. So I think that should do it for us as far as got the angle right, and there's some detail here. So I'm going to put my red away, and we're going to make that black, and I'm going to pull up another layer, and let's there we go. I'm going to label that one my sketch layer, and I want to take the opacity down so that I can kind of barely see it. I can see it's still there, but it'll be much easier for us to see the inks that I do now. And our reference photo's in the way a little bit, so I'll scooch that over. All right, so let's start inking. And if you got a marker or something out to do that with, then that would be great. There we go. And again, I love to start on the eyes, but I'm going to save that for last just because it's so fun to see how the eyes add life to a drawing. And then we've got these nostrils up on top. There's a lot of interesting detail in that nose, but I'm gonna forego it. Don't want to get too caught up in details here. Again, you don't have to draw line for line what I'm drawing, but I'm just putting in the teeth right now and following the mouth that we sketched in. And so you can put in as many teeth as you want, or if you don't like the teeth and you want a croc that just has a nice smile, then you can leave them out. It really is up to you. One thing to keep in mind, though, if I drew the line all the way across, then I would have to erase where the teeth come up over the line of the mouth. So I'm kind of putting in some of these teeth. Maybe I'll put one over here in first, and then I can kind of make the line as I need to. There we go. And here's something to think about. Maybe the croc or the alligator is looking up and he sees something that there's his little tongue sticking out. And I'm going to put more of a cheek smile, cheek line that goes up and down, not just down. There's the base of the tooth, some more teeth. Alligators and crocodiles are really fun things to draw. So there we go for that. And then we got that edge of the face over there. And then that comes around right there. So again, we've got that side, but this isn't a complete side view in that it's straight onto the side. We're looking at the underside. So again, that perspective is something that can be tricky sometimes, but the more that you practice with it, the more that you'll gain, your eyes will kind of tune in and be able to see it better. You'll recognize the shapes and the perspective. And the more comfortable you get with it, the easier it'll get. And you'll find yourself with more exciting drawings that they're not just like straight on and easy angles type of thing, that you can tackle these other views that give your artwork a variety that can keep it from being boring, really. So there we go, adding some detail there. And one thing too that I'm seeing on the on that pouch, and then reptiles have these scales on them that are wonderful. And I could choose to put in all the scales, or what a lot of artists do sometimes is kind of a shorthand type of thing where they'll indicate a section. Now I'm putting in these lines to represent an area that actually covers the entire croc or alligator, but and I'm looking at how the lines go on this creature just to get it right. So we've got that right there, but then over here the scales are a bit different. And so you can get away with just covering part of the creature, and you don't have to fill in all of them. You can if you want to get all that detail, but a lot of times for cartoons, we don't want to get caught up. I mean, cartoons are simplifications anyway, generally. So it's kind of a shorthand way of indicating some of the detail that's on these things. Give the surface some more interest without having to draw the whole thing. And then again, the thing that's so cool about animals with scales like this, or zebras that have stripes on them, or leopards with spots, that sort of thing, is that the pattern on them, it tells you how the body is moving, or the shape of the body, and it just makes them look so cool because you're getting more information about the shape. And I love it. I love that aspect of these animals. All right, so we've got that stuff kind of roughed in there. Now, there is some shading and shadowing that I could put on here. So there's that, and then I already put this one in down here, where this big pouch thing would cast a shadow down here. Again, I'm keeping in mind where my light source is to do this. But on the photo, I can see right here where the pouch and the jaw intersect or overlap. There's some shadowing there. I'll sketch that in. And then right here, that tongue right there would cast some shadow too. And actually the mouth on this guy is open more than I've shown, so you can go through and open it up a little bit more. Now, I again, whatever this creature is, I think my drawing looks more like a crocodile. So, and then one of the things I'm going to correct down here a little bit is that his eyes on my sketch look a little too forward. So I'm going to actually move them back a bit. And again, we're going to keep them more cartoony. We can do that way. Where again, the other eye, the eye on the far side of this animal, are it's actually aimed the other way, and you see the back of it, so it's covered with flesh. But because this is a cartoon and I'm the artist that wants to make it this way, we're gonna we're going to change things up a little bit. Now, my sketch showed the pupils going one way. I'm going to make him looking up. And so he sees something. One fun thing to do with eyeballs too sometimes is with a finer line you can get some like shading, roundness, detail there. Now I'm not coloring these, otherwise maybe I would do that with a light blue to add like a subtle shading shape to the eyes. You'll see lots of cartoon places, Disney and other places that have cartoon characters will do that with the eyes. They'll shade them with a light, like a light blue. All right, and then so we've got our crocodile eyebrows, which they don't, but hey, this is a cartoon, so I can do that. And then I'm going to add some curvature detail too to the tongue as it kind of curves around and goes into the mouth. There we go. Liking that a lot. Sometimes you can see these little plate thingies that stick up on the back. And you can't in this photo, but I like them, and so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to add some more detail to that just for fun. And then right there, I think there would be kind of a shadow too. So these little touches of shadow add some 3D quality, some depth to it. These teeth would be also casting a shadow. And my dog's name is Shadow, and every time I say that name, I bet he's going, hey, what? Huh? But thankfully, he hasn't jumped up on his perch. I have a little window perch right here that he rests on most of the day. And when he sees some delivery guy coming, boy, I get a notice from the dog. All right, so there it is. And hey, he's looking up at something, and I promised that we would fill in the mystery here. So don't expect too much. I was gonna make like a bird or something up there, but that would be kind of mean, you know. Oh, he's gonna have lunch on this bird. So I'm gonna draw a little fly with these little fly legs. And when you do a fly, you can make the fly trail where he's going. And this croc or alligator is going to have some lunch with at some freckle scale type things. And let's take the sketch away. So there our creature is. And I want to add something else here that I think it needs some help in a sense, because it looks like those eyes are kind of side by side. Oh, Shadow just jumped up on his perch. And side by side evenly this way. And one is really beyond the other, setting on the face here. So I'm going to divide them a little bit. I think that'll help with the shape of the face. And I need to erase right here, because that was kind of getting in the way, I think. There, that makes it so much better. So draw this up and then let me know what how if you had fun, if there's some other things you'd like to see me draw. And you know the last step in doing a drawing, right? It's adding your name. So I'll draw my name here. Dan Lietha. That's how you say my last name, Lietha. And then I have a website, danlietha.com, that you can check out all kinds of artwork that I do. Like I mentioned early on in the video, I work for a ministry called Reasons for Hope, and we do all kinds of Christian messages that encourage you in your faith and defend the faith and help people see that the Bible's true and help us in our everyday lives. So we have an app, and so if you have a phone, whatever your type of phone you have, go to the store for that phone, type in Reasons for Hope, look for a little asterisk, a little blue asterisk symbol. That's the app. Download that, and then you can find a lot of my artwork on the app, plus some of our speakers' messages and all kinds of other tools to help you in your Christian faith. So highly recommend that. And then you can find a lot of links to my artwork for Reasons for Hope on my danlietha.com website. So that is all that I have for you today. Thanks for joining, and please tell friends and family about these features, this particular feature that I'm doing live Monday through Friday on YouTube. And give me some suggestions for some animals and other creatures that you'd like to see me do. I'd love to hear your comments and requests. So thanks. Again, this is Dan Lietha signing off. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.